to Famous Gays and Lesbians, Alleged and Otherwise. I'm your host, Thomas Connolly. I happen to be a gay actor, and I live in the gayest city of them all, West Hollywood, California. Now, today's episode deals with famous women who married gay men. Now, this is an interesting yet complex situation. Why do you think this happens? Do they really know that these men are not gay? Are they fooling themselves? Is a sexual hardcore relationship not important to them? Well, who knows why they wind up marrying them? But here are some smart, talented, beautiful women who wound up marrying gay men. And first on the list is Carrie Fisher. Now, in full disclosure, I love Carrie Fisher. Now, she may have inadvertently outed John Travolta by saying, I thought everybody knew that he was gay. But when it came to her own husband, she said she was blindsided and thoroughly surprised that he turned out to be gay. He told me later that I turned him gay by taking painkillers again. And I said, I never read that warning on the label. I thought it said heavy machinery, not homosexuality. Turns out I could have been driving those tractors all along. This is why we love you, Carrie Fisher. Next up, we have two Broadway legends. First up, we have the sensational, iconic, larger than life Carol Channing. Did you know that in 1964, Carol Channing beat out Barbra Streisand in Funny Girl for the Tony Award for her amazing performance in Hello, Dolly? Carol Channing married a gay man, Charles Lowe, and she stayed married to him for 41 years. She divorced him in 1998, citing physical abuse and claiming a non-existent sex life. At 82 years old, she married theater producer Steve Guerin and said, "It's about time I have a better sex life." You go, girl. Carol Channing passed away at the age of 97 on September 15th, 2019. The next legend is a Broadway, movie, and television star. She's the recipient of 5 Tony Awards, most notably for Mame, Gypsy, and Sweeney Todd. I'm referring to the remarkably talented Angela Lansbury. Now, she married a gay man, actor Richard Cromwell, when she was only 19 years old, and they only stayed married for 2 years. And while he didn't reveal his homosexuality till later in life, it's reported that they remained lifelong friends until his death. It sounds like she's as sweet as Jessica Fletcher, the character she played on Murder, She Wrote. Moving right along, celebrated actress and political activist Vanessa Redgrave was married to gay movie director Tony Richardson for 5 years. Do you remember when Vanessa Redgrave won the Oscar for Julia in 1977? She used her entire acceptance speech time to promote the Palestine Liberation Front. The Jewish community was outraged at this. Now, it's been reported that her gay husband, Tony Richardson, carried on many gay affairs throughout their marriage, and ultimately he wound up dying of AIDS in 1991. Next on our list is another member of film royalty, Elsa Lanchester. Now, she was an Oscar-nominated actress who starred as Bride of Frankenstein, and she was married to one of the acting greats of all time, Mr. Charles Laughton. Now, he played everything from Captain Bligh to the Hunchback of Notre Dame to King Henry VIII. They were married for some 33 years, from 1929 until 1962, right on up until his death. And Elsa Lanchester says in her autobiography, rather nonchalantly, that the reason they didn't have kids was because he was gay. Alrighty then, moving on. Actress Barry Berenson was married to gay actor Anthony Perkins for 20 years. You might recognize him from his role in Psycho. Now, I know I'm digressing here, but Barry Berenson's sister, Marissa Berenson, is one of the most beautiful actresses of all time, in my opinion. If you don't believe me, check out Stanley Kubrick's Barry Lyndon. She's really stunning in it. Back to her sister Barry Berenson's marriage to Anthony Perkins. Now, reportedly, Anthony really struggled with his homosexuality and saw a psychiatrist for years in hopes of a cure. Now, after Anthony Perkins' death, Tab Hunter, movie heartthrob from the 1960s, released his great autobiography, Tab Hunter Confidential. And in it, he describes a volatile, passionate relationship with Anthony Perkins. And according to Tab Hunter, Anthony Perkins was more in love with him than vice versa. And Anthony Perkins took their breakup really hard. Tab Hunter turned his book into this great documentary. You should check that out too. However, according to all reports, Anthony Perkins really wanted his marriage to Barry Berenson to work. He was totally committed to it, and she stayed with him right up until his death on September 12th, 1992. Well, that's about it for this episode. This is Thomas Connolly for Famous Gays and Lesbians, Alleged and Otherwise. Hey, if you like what you see, could you please like and subscribe? That would really help sustain our show. Until next time, bye-bye.